The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
Welcome to the Ross Straver Ice Garden for CUTV's opening coverage of Vulcan hockey on CUTV. Our first matchup of the night going to be the Cal 1 Vulcans against the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. I'm Zach Prosper, joining me Damon Madsen. And Damon, when we're looking at this first game we've seen on CUTV, California has already come in with a game. Go ahead and tell us about their opening tilt for the season.
That's right. The Vulcans played against Fredonia State University, where they outshot the Blue Devils 46-24 in a 6-4 victory. Dan Bailey and Ben Zalewski both led the score sheet, and in between the pipes, Boyd Zinger racked up 20 saves in what was a very good start to the season for the Vulcans.
Now, Washington and Jefferson, they have not yet played a game on the season, so this will be their first matchup going against California in the homecoming series. And Damon, when we talk about the homecoming hockey series, this is going to be the 5th year that this event happens. It's always one of the ones that's most looked forward to when homecoming starts. What do you think about the hockey that's going on tonight with the homecoming festivities at Cal U?
It's a great event to come out to. It's a great start to the homecoming week here at Cal U, and you always get to come out and see some great hockey, doubleheader action. Always a great start to the week.
It is going to be a great start, and when we come back from our commercial break, we will see the start of action here at the Ross Straver Ice Garden between Cal 1 and the Presidents of Washington and Jefferson on CUTV.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
High School Roundup is your place for local high school coverage. From highlights of the game of the week to all of the scores and standings from around the region, local high school fans will be ready when the lights come on Friday night. High School Roundup only on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
Hello and welcome back to CUTV's coverage of Cal U hockey at the Ross Straver Ice Garden as part of the homecoming hockey series. The California Vulcans are going to be taking on the Washington and Jefferson Presidents in our first matchup of our doubleheader. Later you'll be seeing California against the UPJ Ice Cats. And Damon, we have your starting lineups for you. Go ahead and start with Cal's roster.
All right, starting in goalie for the Vulcans tonight is Talon Stroman. Your defensemen are Jacob Colarosi and Tanner Kafoer. And then at center, you got Anthony Siaka. Right wing is Justin Smith, and left winger is Joseph Jascott.
All right, and then looking at the Presidents from Washington and Jefferson. Starting in goal, Rieker Edstrom. Starting defensemen, Victor Gutierrez and Chris Barron. And then the forwards, left wing, Andrew Zona, right wing, J.J. O'Bannon, and at center, Brad Marshall. It's going to be a very big matchup. We're going to see both teams about to drop the puck in center ice, and the faceoff is won by Washington and Jefferson. Sending it up the boards, it is taken there by Cal and set back down the ice.
It'll be interesting to see the pace that Washington and Jefferson comes out with. They have a lot less players than Cal, and that could play a factor later on in this game.
So we have icing called now against Washington and Jefferson. Going to send the faceoff back into the offensive zone for Cal U. We have 19:43 remaining in the first period, so a short stint there in play. But that faceoff is won by Washington and Jefferson again. Now controlled by number 15, Brian Proud for Cal U, but he loses it, and now Washington and Jefferson on the attack. That's 22 for the Presidents. That is Chris Barron. And there's looks like there was a goal for Washington and Jefferson, so Washington and Jefferson gets on the board first.
And it looks like Andrew Zona went in there right up on into the doorstep on the blue paint, and he was just pounding away at that puck. And it looked like the goalie couldn't handle it as it squeaked through his 5-hole. It might have been there. And Washington Jefferson on the board early here.
Yeah, there was a big goal, and it was actually hard to tell that it went in because we could not see from this angle, but you can see the goalie going around for so long as we have another face-off here taken.
There, he took a look at the replay. It looks like the goalie was not able to hold on to it, and he did just poke away at that puck and get it into the net.
So 1-0 Washington Jefferson. We have 19:10 remaining in the first period. Sent down the ice. Cal U is there. That's number 21 for the Vulcans. That is Alex Smith. Sends it back out, but it's not able to be controlled before it crosses the blue line. Cal U going to have to regroup.
It looks like some fast-paced hockey coming off right off the bat from Washington and Jefferson here. That's what they're going to need to do, strike early against a team with a lot more players than they have.
Number 18 for Cal U brings it up. That's Brady Dolan. He tries for a shot. That's number 10. That's Andrew Topka. It loses off his stick. Now controlled, and a slap shot here goes just wide of the net. Cal U trying to still control it in the offensive zone. It's saved there by number 21 for the Vulcans. That's Alex Smith. Goes behind the net. Sends it in front. Topka not able there to get it. Sends it in front of the net. Out of shot. And it's going to be frozen by the goalie.
And a good job there by the Vulcans, able to keep it in the offensive zone. They got a slap shot from the point and were able to hold it in there as they continued to cycle the puck around. As you see here, they just try to keep control and cycle it towards the goalie, try to get a dirty goal just like Washington and Jefferson was able to, just poke away at that puck in front of the goalie.
We see another face-off in the far end in attack zone for California. Shot at the net is saved by Washington Jefferson's goalie, Rieker Edstrom. There'll be another face-off coming for California in their attacking zone.
And that was a good backhand there towards the goalie. Tyler Hoffman standing right there in the blue paint, trying to deflect that one in.
California still controlling, but now Washington Jefferson has numbers going against Cal U. It's a 2-on-3 now. Shot hits the crossbar on top and goes out of play on top of the net. What a shot there. It looks like it was number 22. That was Chris Barron with the shot, it looked like.
And that was a quick transition up the ice. They had the numbers, and Barron just got into the zone, took the shot, and almost fooled the goalie. He's going to have to thank his friend back there. The crossbar saved him on that one.
Yeah, so even though Washington Jefferson doesn't have the numbers that California does, they are really going out to a fast start. Zona takes the shot, but he whiffs a little bit, goes right in front of the goalie. Easy save there for California, but Zona has it again. Sends up a shot, no good. California trying to clear out the puck. Barron at the top near the blue line, sends it back down the ice. Another attempted shot there by number 14, O'Bannon for Washington Jefferson. Now Cal U controls it, heading up the ice. Pass up the middle, now controlled by number 17 for Cal U. That's Tyler Hoffman, he dumps it down. Line change coming for the Vulcans. Barron, the defenseman, controls it. Loses it a little bit, goes back into his own zone. Now a big attack here from California. Sent to number 4 for the Vulcans. Number 19 has it now. See what that is. Oh, and an attempted shot just goes wide. Joseph Jascott, the left winger, not able to get his stick on the puck. Washington Jefferson going to clear it back down the blue line now. Not going to be enough for an icing, so California going to have to regroup. Washington Jefferson has a change, 17 minutes left.
It looks like Jascott had that poked off his stick in front of the goal there. He looked like he could have had a good shot. Just good defense there by Washington Jefferson.
Now this one skips right in front of the net for Cal U, but the goalie is there. That's Talon Stroman, able to freeze the puck with 16:51 remaining.
And they tried to play it back to the goalie a little bit slow. They thought Washington Jefferson getting on a change, they wouldn't be in any hurry, but they came back, pressured the puck, and were able to get control and get a shot on net.
You see Stroman turn his head like, what just happened there? As we're going to have a change here. 44, Brad Marshall going in for the faceoff. Attempted shot, hits a Cal player and is deflected. Marshall going back into the boards, trying to get it. California controls it, sends it out to mid-ice. Now dumped back into the offensive zone for Washington Jefferson, but not able to get there. California controls it. Bad pass there and smashed against the boards with number 21, Alex Smith. Number 10 for Cal U going to get there. That's Andrew Topka. Cal U controls it now, sending it down along the boards. Cal U able to save it in past the blue line. Just dumping it down is number 15, Brian Proud. Cal U has had a lot of offensive time in their attacking zone, but not any goals to show for it just yet. Still 1-0 with 16 minutes remaining in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of time in the zone, in the offensive zone for the Vulcans, but it seems like in the neutral zone, the Washington Jefferson is controlling the pace there, and that's how they're able to get a lot of offensive chances so far in this game.
Washington Jefferson, they're playing with a lot of hustle in this game I've seen so far. As that pass is dipped down the ice and a dump, it's going to be an icing, so Washington Jefferson going to have a face-off in their attacking zone. Cal U not going to be able to change.
And once again, just great neutral zone play by Washington Jefferson there. That's why the Vulcans are going to having to dump the puck into their offensive zone and try to chase. And that's causing a couple of icing calls so far and turning into offensive chances for Washington Jefferson.
15:44 to go in the first period. Just over 4 minutes taken off the clock so far. Face-off control by Washington Jefferson. Shot at the top of the line, deflected by Talon Stroman, out of play. That was number 52 for Washington Jefferson with the shot. And unfortunately, we do not have him on our roster. That was handed to us, so we'll try and update you with who that is later on.
And it looked like that shot was just trying to get it towards the net as Jordan Ford was going towards the blue paint. And if he was able to get his stick on that puck, he could have possibly deflected it.
And I actually misread that one. Is 62, and as Victor Gutierrez, we do have him on our roster, so I apologize for that. 62, not 52 for Washington Jefferson on the attempted shot. Now California controls it, heading towards the neutral zone. Bad pass there is deflected by Washington Jefferson, kept in their attacking zone. California going to have to regroup. Now a long pass here, and California seems to be missing with a lot of their passes so far.
Once again, a long pass attempt there as they were trying to get the puck up quickly into the offensive zone. Washington Jefferson just surrounding that neutral zone with skaters. And these long passes are going to have to be either completed, or Cal's going to have to come up with something different to get that puck into the zone.
We got 15:14 remaining in the first period. Still 1-0 Washington and Jefferson. Face-off won by Cal U. Now sent down the ice and into the Cal U bench. So that's going to stop play with 15:10 remaining. We're going to see another face-off coming in the attacking zone for Washington and Jefferson.
And it really has surprised me how much hustle Washington Jefferson has come out with in this game. You'd expect them to kind of take it easy to start the game, conserve their energy considering how few players they have, but they're coming out with a lot of heart, a lot of hustle, and it's paid off so far.
It was William Walker versus J.J. O'Bannon on the faceoff, won by O'Bannon. Now Washington Jefferson going at the net. Almost another goal, but a good save there by Talon Stroman. California now on the attack.
And a juicy rebound there. Great save by Stroman.
And the shot saved away by the goalie for Washington Jefferson. That's Edstrom. Good glove save there on the attack. California still in their attacking zone. Now Washington Jefferson is a 1-on-4. That's number 7 for the Presidents. That is Nick Finch. Now he is hit up against the boards. California making a shift change here. California chasing the puck now. Washington Jefferson controls it. Hits off the stick of a Cal U player. Hits the glass. Does not go out of play though. California has an opportunity right here. Number 2, Joseph Jascott sends it to the net, and it's saved by Edstrom. What a save. He's had some really clutch saves and clutch moments when he needs to.
A lot of great saves, but a good job here as well by the Vulcans offense, able to keep that puck in the offensive zone just inside the blue line. And Joseph Jascott able to get that puck and have a great backhand shot onto the net with another great save, though.
Face-off won by CalU. Sent up to the blue line, and a goal for California. Number 11, Dalton Francic. He gets the goal, the defenseman, so it's 1-1 now, 14:07 remaining. Look at this goal, Damon.
And that is a great goal off from the blue line. Dalton Francic gets the puck back from the face-off and was able to just take a slap shot towards the net. It kept the puck low. The goalie was not able to save it, and we have a tie game, 1-1.
And California has come with a lot of shots. Rieker Edstrom, has been able to save a lot of them right there. Not able to see it right directly off the face-off. His eyes weren't moving fast enough, as we are tied up now with 14 minutes remaining in the first period. Washington Jefferson dumping it down the ice. They have an attacking option right now. That's number 19 for Washington Jefferson. Jordan Ford had it. Still saved in by Washington Jefferson. Sent out by CalU now. Controlled in the neutral zone. CalU attacking. Dumped down towards the far boards. Justin Smith doing a lot of the attacking here on this drive by the Vulcans. And now Washington Jefferson controls it. Not been able to keep up with the puck, though. So it's lost chance right there.
And Dalton Francic misplayed that pass just a little bit, and it almost cost the Vulcans as the Presidents tried to go right back up the ice with it, 2-0.
California pass right here. Now it's 2-on-3. Washington Jefferson has numbers here. High shot just goes over Edstrom's glove. We see a scrum down in the far boards. Washington Jefferson has possession coming out of it. Sends it to mid-ice. Not going to be enough for an ice, and California will have to regroup. Washington Jefferson changing the lines.
And some physical play down underneath. Washington Jefferson playing a little bit physical down near their goalie after giving up that goal. Trying to tighten things up down there.
Washington Jefferson had an option to attack there. Not able to catch up with the pass, though, so California going back on the offensive. And now Washington Jefferson has it again, just dumps it down the boards. Pass to mid-ice is taken there by Washington Jefferson. A lot of these passes for both teams tonight have been intercepted or just haven't gone where they're supposed to. It's Washington Jefferson on the attack now. That's number 20. That's Zona. His shot is stopped. Andrew Zona is stopped by Stroman.
And another odd man opportunity there for the Presidents. They're just creating odd man opportunities with their speed and getting those turnovers in their offensive zone. Able to control the puck.
Now a pass from number 18 for CalU. Brady Dolan just goes a little far above his stick. Now an opportunity. Zona again. Thought about the opportunity. Now sends it in front of the net. Thought his man was going to be there, but he wasn't. That was Nick Finch. He was looking for number 7.
And once again, a pass in front of the blue paint. The Presidents seem to be doing a lot of that.
Barron loses it, and it's a goal for California. Number 21, Alex Smith gets the goal. It's now 2-1 in favor of CalU with 11:38 remaining.
And Brady Dolan able to get this puck that was loose in the offensive zone with a beautiful pass across to Alex Smith, who was able just to tap it into the net, wide open side right there. And the Vulcans take the lead here, 2-1.
Yeah, we're looking at this replay right here.
We take a look. Yeah, very beautiful pass, just a wide open side of the net to Alex Smith, and he just buried it for the second goal of the game for the Vulcans.
Now face-off won by California. That was number 3 for the Vulcans. I believe that's William Walker, and it was. CalU back in the offensive now. 2-1 is the score. 11.5 minutes remaining. CalU front of the net tries to find a man there. Non-successful. Shot just goes above the net. Estrom not able to get a glove on it. CalU sends it back into the middle of the attack, and it's lost beyond the blue line, so CalU going to have to regroup.
And it seems like after the Presidents came out with some amazing speed to start this game, it seems like the Vulcans have adjusted to their style of play and have started to make their passes count, as you can see in the offensive zone.
CalU with the puck again. Tries a shot. It's deflected by number 44, Brad Marshall, for the Presidents. Sent back along the boards. Marshall going over to get it. It's deflected by a CalU player, but now the Presidents back on the attack. That's number 19. That's Jordan Ford. Down into the boards. He loses the puck. Now a big hit there by number 5, Nick Jenkins of the Presidents. California in the attack again. That's number 3, William Walker. His shot goes high, almost out of play, but it hits the boards and comes back in.
And if the Vulcans continue to cycle this puck around in their offensive zone, it's going to lead to a lot of chances if they're able to wear the Presidents out just like they are now.
Well, a slap shot right there by number 11, Dalton Francis. He scored the first goal. This one just goes well, just wide after a pad save by Edstrom. Now Dalton Francis sends it along the boards. Justin Smith was there. He sends it back up out of the attacking zone though. California going to regroup, and a line change coming for William and Jefferson.
And it looks like the Vulcans are starting to pick up the physical play as well. If they're able to get these hits on Washington and Jefferson, they're going to create turnovers and continue to put the pace of play in their court so that way they can do their style of play the rest of this game.
And we mentioned before, Washington Jefferson only has about 10 players on their roster. 2 of them are goalies, so only 8 stand-up players, forwards and defensemen. So you have to wonder at what time in this game is that going to start hitting them, as we have 9:15 remaining in the first period.
That is another reason for the Vulcans to continue the physical play. If they body up right now, it's going to affect the Presidents later on in this game, and that could be to the favor of the Vulcans as they'll be worn out just a little bit more.
Andrew Zona had an attack option right there, not able to keep it going though as he loses puck possession. Now number 18 for Cal U, that is Brady Dolan, had an attack there. He loses puck possession too as the pass just goes wide. Andrew Zona again with it now. He sends up a shot and it's deflected out of play by Stroman. A good save there. Currently the shots on goal, 7 for Washington and Jefferson, 6 for Cal U.
And a beautiful curl and drag move there by Andrew Zona, was able to get the puck back and take it towards the net. As we take a look at the replay though of the Vulcans, able to try to keep that puck in their zone. And here comes Zona, able to curl and drag around the defenseman and get a shot on net. So trying to make some offensive opportunities for the Presidents here.
It looks like he was trying to go 5-hole, but Stroman able to get his pads closed right there. Marshall sends up a backhand shot, no good. California now on the attack, 2-on-2. California still there. They have the puck in the offensive zone now. Sent up in front of the net, no good. That is number 10, Andrew Topka. Now number 25 for Cal U, Tanner Kefauver sends it down the boards. Brian Proud there, number 15. And he is whacked at the boards. What a hit there by number 22, Chris Barron. It looks like Proud is a little slow getting up.
That was a big hit behind the net for the Washington Jefferson. They're going to get a little bit more here as we're going to get a penalty call.
And that's a penalty, absolutely, as the hit went against number 24 for Washington and Jefferson, Michael Burrows. Let's see if we can see the hit here on our replay in just a second.
It seemed like that was a little bit of retaliation for what happened behind the net in their offensive zone, just coming up and hitting him in the neutral zone.
And that penalty is going to go against number 25, Tanner Kefauver. You can see Proud on the bench. He is still limping around. Looks like he is hurting a little bit, maybe around his neck and chest area. We're going to see Kefauver's penalty going to last for 2 minutes. So Washington and Jefferson going on the power play with an opportunity to tie this one up. 7:50 to go in the first period.
And there is a certain level if you want to stick up for your players, but in that instance, that was not a good penalty to take. You're up by 1 in this game, and it's still a close game, and you want to still set the pace, but taking a penalty right there was a tough break and not something the Vulcans were probably needing right there.
So we have 7:50 to go in the first period. Power play. 2 minutes as we see power play clock. The first time we've used it here in our new CUTV graphics package. We got a lot of new stuff and trying to make this experience better this year. As that was a forward pass by number 4 for Washington Jefferson. Washington Jefferson looking for a call though, but there's clearly a forward pass there by number 4, Dan Crockett, on that attack.
And that's one thing you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to try to pass that puck forward with your hand. You're able to grab the puck and drop it down with your hand, but you're not able to pass it. And so that's why it got called there, and they're going to bring it out to the neutral zone.
Washington Jefferson wins the faceoff. Crockett. And now it is cleared out by California, so killing the penalty here. You have 1:40 remaining on the power play.
And it's going to be interesting to see. We saw Washington and Jefferson's speed on 5-on-5 play. Now that they have a man advantage, we'll see if that speed that they have can be put into effect against this penalty kill for the Vulcans.
A big hit right there for Washington Jefferson. That's number 19, Jordan Ford, lowering his shoulder, making sure the man didn't come and attack him. Looks like that was number 32 who got the brunt of that attack. That's Brian Sharkey.
And the physical play is now really starting to pick up. All it took was one big hit, and now we're off. A lot of physical play now.
Washington Jefferson still controls the puck. Still controlling after having a couple of California defenders there. Sent to the top of the blue line, still kept in. Shot at the net, saved by Talon Stroman. So we have about 51 seconds remaining on the power play, 6:47 to go in the first period.
And that shot was thrown just to the net. Washington Jefferson had two guys right in front of the goalie trying to screen his vision as this shot was shot from the blue line. And unfortunately for the Presidents, nobody was able to deflect that, as it was a good save there by the Vulcans.
I beg your pardon, there's actually 57 seconds remaining on the power play, 6:45 now and running, remaining in the first period. Barron with a shot, just goes wide of the net. Not able to keep it in. California has an opportunity here. Lone man, that's number 19 for California. He gets the goal short-handed. What a play. Anthony Siaka, the starting center in this game. Short-handed goal makes it 3-1 California.
Anthony Siaka at his own blue line on the defensive zone just chips it past the lone defender that was back and then just goes one-on-one with the goalie and able to get a beautiful shot over his right shoulder there. And it is now 3-1, short-handed goal for the Vulcans.
What a play right there by Siaka. Getting the puck towards mid-ice. Washington Jefferson just not able to beat Siaka out there, and all he had to beat was Rieker Edstrom in net, and he did. 6:26 to go. Still 34 seconds left on the power play.
Overall, that was just a smart play by Siaka. He knew he only had one guy to beat and had to just chip it past him, and then he had the goalie all to himself and was able to score that shorthanded goal.
Now Washington Jefferson almost had a goal there. It literally hits the sidebar, and now it goes in after Stroman goes to get it. It deflects off his net, or off his glove, excuse me. So let's see, who do they credit the goal with here? But what a play right there by Washington Jefferson.
And it looked like after the first initial shot hit off the crossbar, it came back around to the near side of the ice here, and the puck was just thrown back toward the net, and it looked like Victor Gutierrez got his stick on the puck and was able to deflect it over the goalie. We'll have to see, but that's what looked like happened right there.
Yeah, I believe they're going to credit number 62, Victor Gutierrez, with that goal. So now 3-2. Power play is over. 6:05 to go. California controls the puck now. Number 10 going for the puck. That's Andrew Tomka. Now shot here by Cal Yu. Glove save by Rieker Edstrom. What a save right there, snagging the puck out of midair.
And that puck was coming from behind the net, and that was a beautiful save. He got it out to the circle, and the Vulcans were able to rip a shot, but great save there as he got his glove up in time.
5:47 to go in the first period. 3-2 is the score. High scoring affair so far in this matchup. Taken from behind. Topka had it. Just sent it wide of the net. Caillou still fighting in the offensive zone. Topka has it now. Sends it behind the boards. Going to the front of the net. Sends up a shot, and it's good! Caillou has another goal. Number 21, Alex Smith, makes it 4-2 California with 5:30 remaining.
And I'll tell you what, that was an amazing goal right there by Alex Smith. He had two defenders that he had to walk around, and he was able to just drag that puck around two different defenders, come out in front in the slot, and just take a shot, rips it behind into the net. Beautiful goal. It's 4-2 Vulcans.
5.5 left, and now you start to wonder how big that shorthanded goal was, because if you didn't have that shorthanded goal, you're still only down 3-2, and before you would have been tied 2-2. Now it's 4-2. You've been doubled up again. Washington Jefferson, they have some offensive firepower, but they haven't been able to show it just yet.
And despite that momentum shift is still in the Vulcans' favor. That shorthanded goal kept the momentum on their side, and it's shown in the scoreboard still as they're up by 2 goals.
Possession for Washington Jefferson. Number 44, Marshall, sent up a shot. It is cleared out to mid-ice, taken there by Washington Jefferson with 5 minutes to go. You see Caillou chasing down the puck in their own zone towards the back boards. Pass along the boards now. California still has control of it. That's number 11 coming up the ice with it. That's Dalton Francic. He has a goal already today. Francic going to the front of the net. Tries to find a man there. Stuffs it into the goalie, but he makes a nice save. Rico Edstrom getting his pads low and not able to let the puck go through.
And Edstrom staying in his spot right there. He had two Vulcans skaters coming towards him, and right here they hold on to it, and instead of passing it across the paint, they take the shot. He holds his position, saves the initial shot, and then is able to save the rebound. So good job right there by Edstrom, staying in his crease and making the save.
4:35 to go here in the first period. Face-off won by Cal U. Down along the boards. Cal U there behind the net to take it. Hit off the net, went to a Cal U player, unsuccessful on the shot. Now another shot. Edstrom has the glove save, knocks it out of the air, and back down in front of him. Now Washington Jefferson on the attack, but he sends it right to a California player.
And right now turnovers in the neutral zone are killing the Presidents as they keep trying to get their passing up the ice into their offensive zone, but they are turning the puck over and giving the Vulcans opportunities on those turnovers.
Washington Jefferson intercepts the pass there, not able to control the puck though. California coming back on the offensive. 3:54 to go in the first period, and a nice save right there by Edstrom out of midair.
And it seems like the Vulcans are really starting to get their style of play working as we get to the latter half of this first period right here, as they're able to get their passes through the neutral zone, making good passes into the offensive zone, and then set themselves up for the cycle behind the net and to get those shots, as there was another one right there, but it was a save by Edstrom this time.
3:52 to go in the first period. 4-2 California is the score. Face off now, controlled by Washington Jefferson. Loses control of Topka though, setting in front of the net. Washington Jefferson defender there, that's Gutierrez. And now lost, Alex Smith puts up a shot, no good. Edstrom with a good blocker save there.
And another turnover by the Presidents once again. This time Alex Smith was there once again. He's had a couple, I think he has a goal in this game, possibly another one, but he has done a great job here tonight, and he's just making plays in the offensive zone.
Andrew Zona had it, now he still has it. He comes down to open ice, sends up a shot, blocked away by Talon Stroman. Way to get the pads closed up there, denying a goal.
And there's the speed shown by Andrew Zona as he was able to get that puck go one-on-one with the goalie. Had a defender trailing him, so he wasn't able to do too many fancy moves, but the goalie was able to stand out and make the save. Good job by Talon Stroman right there.
3:17 to go in the first period now. Zona with it, sends up a shot, deflected away by Stroman again. He's really improved his play ever since allowing that first goal. California on the attack, 3-on-2. Walker sends it in front of the net. Washington Jefferson player looked to have deflected it, but almost deflected into his own net. Now a fight along the backboards trying to find the puck. Washington Jefferson does control it. Now that's number 7, Nick Finch, coming with it. Sends it to mid-ice where Dalton Francic controls it. Walker has it. Tries to find a pass to another teammate. Intercepted by Washington Jefferson. A lot of possession for California so far in this first period. Washington Jefferson, every time they get the puck, seems like they give it up to California.
Yeah, the Vulcans are very much pressuring the Presidents as the Presidents try to establish something in their offensive zone. The Vulcans are there. They are back checking. They are pressuring them and getting those turnovers, and that's why the Presidents just don't seem to have as much puck possession as the Vulcans do at this point. That pressure coming from behind is giving the Vulcans a chance to own that puck so far in this game.
2:32 to go. California coming on the attack. Sent back down into their own zone where Stroman deflects it to a teammate. Washington Jefferson with it now, sends a pass along the boards, just dumping it back, trying to regroup the defense about mid-ice. Now Zona has it, sends it across the boards to Finch. Finch along the back behind the goal. Zona there, tries to get possession of the puck. Marshall tips it away. Zona was going for it, not able to recover, sends it out to mid-ice. Looks like it might not be enough for icing, and it's not. They're going to say California beat Washington Jefferson there for the icing, so no icing on the call.
And ever since about the first 5 minutes of this game, the Vulcans have done a real good job of getting the puck and are able to get it back up the ice. So we have an icing call right here against Washington Jefferson as it'll go back up into their defensive zone.
And what a swing right there. Washington Jefferson thinking they could probably get an easy icing back there as the puck went to the back boards all the way across the ice. And Cal U player just out-hustled him As we saw earlier in the game, we've mentioned before, Washington Jefferson's hustle was really making a difference. Now Cal U is out hustling them, I think, because they have a lot more fresh bodies.
And in this case, there's a lot of tired Washington Jefferson players out on the ice right now, so let's see if the Vulcans can take advantage.
Shot by Cal U goes just wide of the net. Now in front of the net, Marshall has it. Marshall coming up. It's a 3-on-2. Finch, it's going to be an offside. He's not able to take the puck. Now it's a 3-on-2 for California. Sends it up the ice. No good, deflected by a Washington Jefferson defender.
And the Vulcans tried to spring up on that one. They got the turnover, and they had a guy coming up near the blue line, and he did draw offsides before the puck was able to cross, so the Vulcans had to retreat.
And that was Finch who was going to have the offsides as he controls it now, going across into the attacking zone. Sends it back, loses it to a California defender as we have a minute remaining in the first period. Now a 3-on-1 for California. Alex Smith with the shot, goes into the back of the net. 5-2 Vulcans with 54 seconds to go.
And how about Alex Smith right there? He had the odd man opportunity. He went in with two of his other teammates, skating that along. He could have passed it across the paint, but he stuck with it, went straight to the net, and ripped off a good shot. It looks like it deflected off of the pad right there. And that is actually a hat trick for Alex Smith here already, and what is a 5-2 Vulcans lead.
And what a night he is already having himself as player. Alex Zona picks up the hat, gives it back to the fan. But a hat trick for Alex Smith, number 21 for the Vulcans. 3 of the 5 goals here in the first period. So we still have about 50 seconds to go in the first period. California probably looking to add another one on. O'Bannon has it, sends it to mid-ice, loses control. Now Barron with a big hit against the California play. That's number 9 for the Vulcans. Let's see who that is in just a second. That is Tanner Deerdorf. Now California controlling in the back zone. Deerdorf over to number 12 for the Vulcans. That's Dakota Apperson. Sends it to Proud. Proud back in after looking a little hurt on a big hit before by Chris Barron. He is back into play. Kept in. Sent along the back boards. 10 seconds to go in the period. Deerdorf, excuse me. Lost control of the puck. And that's going to be the last play of the first period. No time remaining now. 5-2 is the score. So we're going to go ahead and send it to break, Damon. And when we come back, we're going to have second period action here on CUTV. Currently the score 5-2 Vulcans over the Presidents.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the Cal U student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Tune in to Vulcan Football 2014 for the inside scoop on this year's Vulcan football team. Featuring highlights, scores, analysis, and a preview of the upcoming opponent, Vulcan Football 2014 gets you inside the huddle. Vulcan Football 2014, only on your home for Vulcan Football, CUTV.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Hello and welcome back to CUTV's coverage of Vulcan hockey. It is currently 5-2 California over the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. We're about to get underway with the second period as we look at some of the highlights from the first period.
And we go timeline through all these goals here. The first one was scored by W&J Andrew Zona, just tipping that one in the 5-hole of the goalie for the first goal of the game, but Cal able to strike back very quickly. Well, actually, we're going to take a look at another goal here or a save by the goalie for Cal, as it was Talon Strona making a beautiful save after the first goal was scored. And then Cal got on the board, of course, as we got a goal from defenseman Dalton Franzik from the blue line. And then right here, a beautiful tip-in goal for Alex Smith, one of many he's had so far tonight. Another goal on a short-handed attempt by Anthony Siaka, but Washington and Jefferson able to answer back and get their second goal of the game. A beautiful tip-in goal for Victor Gutierrez, but then Cal just continuing to pile it on as Alex Smith once again getting that one, and right here getting a hat trick that's off the bottom side of the glove, and he's had a monster game as we sit at 5-2 Vulcans over the Presidents.
As we are waiting now for both teams to take the ice. 5-2 California is the score, like we said. The shots on goal from the first period, California out shooting the Presidents 15-13. So California bearing 5 of their 15 attempts. So Edstrom for Washington Jefferson has 10 saves, and Stroman has 11 saves for California. As we are waiting for them to take the ice again. Goals have not been put out yet. It looks like they're still doing some maintenance work to the ice at the moment. The refs are coming back out now. And here come the players. The goalies enter first, and California going down to the far side this time as Washington Jefferson going to come to the near side towards our left.
And one thing I'm interested to look at here, Zach, whenever we get into this next period, I know Washington Jefferson came out with a lot of speed, a lot of intensity to start the game, and they were able to put that first one up on the board. But as the first period went along, California was able to adjust to their style of play, started to get their passes to connect and get that cycle going in the offensive zone, and it has paid off with the 5 goals that they got in the first period. So we'll see what kind of strategy Washington Jefferson comes out with here in the second period.
So we have a clean 20 minutes on the clock, but both teams doing their cycles on the ice. And you know, I got a little lesson in hockey. For those of you that don't know, the many times I've announced on CUTV, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, where apparently hockey doesn't exist down there, according to Gary Bettman. But I got a little lesson again. I kept calling it mid-ice. It's the neutral zone. Thank you, Damon. I'm not going to go back to the Gary Bettman rant of 2013 that if you don't remember, go to our hockey coverage on our CUTV Sports 1 YouTube page. You'll see me rant against Gary Bettman because he took hockey away from me in Atlanta, where I could go see my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, for about maybe 10 to 15 bucks against the Atlanta Thrashers. But nonetheless, thank you for clarifying me on that in the neutral zone. Hopefully I won't lose my cool against Gary Bettman anymore tonight. I probably will, though, of course. So last year it was I did not know icing was around forever. Now it's I forget it's the neutral zone. So I'm learning a little bit by bit as we go along here.
That's all right, and hope we have a good game for you here tonight. So hopefully you won't have to speak anymore of the man you hate so much, Gary Bettman.
As we get the second period going, there's going to be J.J. O'Bannon chasing the puck down. Victor Gutierrez, Washington Jefferson slipped, and he looks like he's a little slow to get up after that slip. And Washington Jefferson gets a goal. Wow. 15 seconds into the second period, and Washington Jefferson gets a goal. That was number 20, Andrew Zona. I was barely even looking at it, and the puck goes into the net.
That was a very quick strike by the Presidents right there. Andrew Zona's had a big game. He's been working the puck into the zone and taking shots all night long, and it pays off right there quick in this second period as he gets his second goal of the night, and Washington Jefferson pulling this game to within 2 as there's a lot of time left in this game.
And we mentioned before the hustle Washington Jefferson might decide this one early on as Stroman able to kick the puck away off the backboards. Now California controls it. And a big hit there by number 22, Chris Barron. He was the one that laid out Brian Proud for California earlier. Brian Proud able to come back, though, into the game action. California still controlling it. Right in front of the net. Well, Topka not able to get the shot off as that was Edstrom making the poke, or getting the poke out there with his goalie stick.
And Topka just trying to stuff that one into the net, trying to answer back real quickly for Washington Jefferson's goal.
Now shot there by Alex Smith, the man with the hat trick, just a little bit above the net. And we actually have a clarification. Number 31, Derek Hughes, is now in net for Rieker Edstrom. So a goalie change for Washington and Jefferson. Number 31 now in instead of 30.
And a very quick change for Washington Jefferson. I guess the 5 goals, they want to try something different, try to mix it up a little bit, see if the backup goalie can do a little bit better and try to prevent the Vulcans from scoring any more.
Now a shot there by California is deflected away. Washington Jefferson on the attack. Andrew Zono going to be offside, so we're going to see a faceoff coming up with 18:27 remaining in the second period. Currently shots 16-14 in favor of Cal U.
It seems like that early goal right off the bat by the Presidents seemed to have kind of shocked the Vulcans a little bit in the start of this period as they come out a little bit slow, it seems like, right off the bat. So we'll see if they're able to pick that up and kind of do what they did right at the end of the first period.
Washington Jefferson has it again. That's number 24 for the Presidents. That's Michael Burrows. Burrows going on the near boards. Has it, sets it in front of the net, but a California player intercepts it immediately. Now number 28 for the Vulcans coming up the ice with it. That is Mike Oakes. Shot for Cal U is saved by Hughes, though. A big glove save there out of midair.
And just some amazing speed going into the offensive zone right there as the Vulcans brought that puck up. Were able to drop back the puck and get a rip shot right on the goalie. But so far the backup has stood tall for the Presidents as he's made a couple of good saves right off the bat here.
Walker wins the faceoff. Number 11 for Cal U had it. That's Dalton Francis. He's trying to send it back. Now a one-on-one. Saved by Talon Stroman. What a save there against number 19 for the Presidents. That number 19 is Jordan Ford.
And Franzik trying to slap pass that just didn't work out right there, and it almost turned into a one-on-one situation where it was a goal. And this one, the Vulcans are going to sneak it in, as that one was number 11. Dalton Franzik making up for his errant pass as he gets his second goal of the night, and it is 6-3 now, Vulcans.
And you look at the replay here as a wraparound, and you were actually talking and pointing, and you're like, oh, they scored a goal. You see right here, Dalton Franzik looks like he went under the 5-hole, maybe just right in between the goalie and the pipe to get the goal in. It's now 6-3, so California answering that early goal here about 15 seconds in against them. 17:43 remaining. Dalton Franzik, I believe he now has 2 goals in this game.
And quite a turnaround. Like I said, he tried that slap pass that turned into a big turnover and a one-on-one opportunity for the Presidents, and he gets that puck right back and gets the wraparound goal. Great way to make up for the errant pass.
And that momentum swing could have been a very big shift in this game. Is if you get that goal, if you're Washington Jefferson, then you're only down 5-4. Now you're down 6-3 after a goal there, as the stick is tossed away of a California player. Number 11, or excuse me, number 19 for Cal U. His stick is lost. That is Anthony Siaka. He has a goal in this one. As Washington Jefferson getting the puck back in their own zone and trying to regroup. That's Marshall. Now Ford sends it up. Zona to J.J. O'Bannon. O'Bannon trying to split 3 defenders. He's not able to. Loses control of the puck, and California coming up with it in the neutral zone.
And as we go along here, things are starting to get a little bit more chippy as we saw one of the Washington Jefferson players throwing one of the Vulcan sticks onto the ice in disgust. And it seems like as this game goes along, the physicality is continuing to escalate.
6-3, 16:40 remaining in the second period now. Cal U on, or excuse me, Washington Jefferson on the attack. That's O'Bannon. Sends a shot wide of the net. Zona with it, now control. O'Bannon down on the boards. Gets control of it, tries to go back around the net. Sends one up for Stroman. Stroman able to get his pads down and save it. O'Bannon still with it. Sends up a shot. Stroman with a glove save, but it bounces out, not able to freeze it. Now California on the attack. And a big hit there, knocks the puck loose from number 4 for Cal U, Justin Smith. Now a shot right there by Ford is saved by Stroman. 16:01 remaining.
And the Presidents seem to be trying to answer once again for the Vulcans' goal. They're attacking strong into the zone as you see a quick transition, quick strike right there on the shot. And the Vulcans defenders doing a good job, though, of getting to that puck when they can and getting it out of their zone as this attack by the Presidents continues to just come at such a fast pace.
They have 17 shots in this game, 13 from the first period, so 4 already in the first 4 minutes of action. Now along the boards, Washington Jefferson trying to control it, but California breaks it out of their defensive zone into neutral ice and sends it down. Hughes thought about going out and trying to get it. Washington Jefferson now controls it, but loses puck possession now. California with numbers in the offensive zone. Topka in the front of the net, loses control of the puck, and now Washington Jefferson on the attack. Looks like that's Barron, number 22. He sends up a shot just wide of the net.
And another big turnover in their defensive zone for the Presidents as they were able to recover from that one and start a good back check up the ice towards the net.
Now set in front of the net by number 18 for Cal U. That is Brady Dolan. Topka not able to put it into the net though. Now we're going to see number 25. That is Kefauver go back and control the puck. Kefauver now controls it. Going through neutral ice. Past the blue line into the offensive zone. Loses control of the puck and knocks him off his path. Hit against the backboards by number 22, Chris Barron, and Barron whacks at him again. Pass in front of the net. Just skips over the stick of number 21, Alex Smith. Now controlled by Washington Jefferson. Gutierrez is laid out by number 25, Kefauver. He already has a big hit in this one. He actually got called for a 2-minute penalty because of it.
And it seems like he's trying to lay the body as we're going to have an icing penalty here on the Generals. And again, we talked about it earlier in the game. If the Vulcans are able to continue to lay the body on the Presidents, that could play a factor later on in this game. It seems to have already affected them just a little bit. But as we go farther along into the second period, it could play an even bigger factor.
And we have 14:34 to go in this second period. 6-3 is your score, so each team has a goal in the second period. Washington Jefferson with it now. Finch trying to back pass. Not able to get it to his teammate, though. That was taken away by number 17, Tyler Hoffman. California in the offensive zone, sent in front of the net. Poked away there by Hughes. Now Finch over to his teammate, number 24, and he takes a licking. Number 24, Michael Burrows, is laid down.
What's amazing to me is, too, I was looking at the shots on goal. They're pretty much even in this game, so California definitely just burying their opportunities just more often than the Presidents as the shots are even, but as you can see, the score is not.
Now Dalton Francic controls it. He's looking for a hat trick with his next goal. Francic sends it up to the net, but a good glove save there by Hughes with 13:45 remaining in the second period.
And a good job again by the Vulcans here, getting that puck through the neutral zone, working on a turnover once again, and able to take that puck into the zone, get a shot on net. This time it was saved. So the Vulcans working the puck towards the net as much as possible and just ripping those shots.
Now out to the neutral zone. California able to recover and grab the puck. A big hit right there by number 19 forward for Washington Jefferson. Now W&J controls the puck, sends it into the neutral zone. Zona tries to clear it and actually hits his own teammate, but sends back into the attacking zone. A big hit there by number 19, Jordan Ford. Along the backboards again. O'Bannon overskates the puck. Zona sends it back down. Ford was there. Now he pokes it away. Not able to gain control, though. California still has it. Now to the top of the blue line. Poked away by number 16 for California. That number 16 is Nolan Latterman. Now into the front of the net. Stroman doesn't know where the puck is, and it tips off his stick and back out across the blue line into the neutral zone.
And a great job by the Presidents right there. They need to get some time in their offensive zone. They were able to get a little bit of a cycle going. And if they're going to want to get back into this game, they're going to have to play that dirty game behind the net and getting that puck. But they do have very few players, so if they're going to want to play that style of game to get back in it, they're going to pay for it just a little bit with that fatigue.
And now no icing here as it was tipped off of a California player's stick. So play is going to continue. And you talk about that fatigue. We are already 12:25 away from the stoppage between the second and third period. And Washington Jefferson looked like they took that energy they got from the stoppage and brought it out here as we have a stop there by Hughes with 12:18 to go. But now you're seeing the fatigue start to set in again for the Presidents, and California is starting to use that to their advantage with a lot of different line changes. Washington Jefferson only has, I think, about 12 players on their bench, and 2 of them are goalies.
That's correct, and I mean they did a good job there in their offensive zone, cycling that puck around. But that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of focus. And they aren't going to be able to do that as much if they're going to be tired like they have been. And you are right, the Vulcans are taking advantage of that right now. But it seems like their backup goalie is giving them a little bit of a spark so far here, as he's saved all but 1 shot this period so far.
Now California wins the save, but not able to control before it hits the neutral zone. Down into the offensive zone, does go California, but Washington Jefferson able to clear it out. No icing, it was tipped off a stick, so play is going to continue as Brian Proud goes back to recover the puck. Now pass into the neutral zone. That's number 21, Alex Smith. He has a hat trick already in this one, but is knocked off his course by number 22, Chris Barron, who then knocks down number 10, Topka for California. Now behind the net, right in front of the net now. It was tipped away. It looks like Alex Smith had an open opportunity for a fourth goal. Not able to put it in, though.
And Alex Smith just getting to the front of the net right there, waiting for the pass across the blue paint. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to connect right there.
Now Zona with a shot, and it hits off the goalie, and it goes in. 6-4 your score now. I believe Andrew Zona now has a hat trick for himself as he gets that one and hit off the goalie's glove, it looks like, and just tipped in as we look at the replay here.
That is correct. Andrew Zona getting another goal. That is his third of the game, as he has just been a bulldog on the ice. There's his first one, just getting right in front of the net, poking it through the 5-hole of the goalie. And this one he was able to, through the 5-hole. And this one he was able to sneak through like what we call the 6-hole, right in between the arm and the body right there. So his third goal of the night, and it gets Washington Jefferson back within 2.
And you see in the bottom of your screen there the men walking in suits. That is the next Cal U team that's going to be ready to come out to the ice in our next game of our Cal U doubleheader, as there's a pass right in front of the net. That was number 28 for California looking for it. That number 28 is Mike Oakes. He's not able to get there. California still controls it in their offensive zone. Dalton Francic loses control of it in the top of the circle. Now he has it again, sends it to the net. Hughes with a kick save. California still controls it in the back of the net. Tries to send it up front, and it was controlled by Washington Jefferson and tipped out. This one is going to be an icing, though, it looks like, as we're going to have a stoppage in play with 10:48 remaining.
And we did show the goal for Andrew Zona, the very first one of the game. Here is his last one, though, to give him the hat trick, as the Presidents come up the ice and just making those passes, getting that one back after the Vulcans almost caused a turnover right there. And Zona was just able to take a good rip shot, and it was able to sneak in between the arm and the body of the goalie right there for his third of the night.
And a big hit there laid on by Dalton Francic against Jason Ford. Now J.J. O'Bannon going back and trying to get the puck. Chris Barron not able to control it by the blue line, and it goes into the neutral zone. He's racing after it. Excuse me, California has 2 men chasing him down.
And despite the fact that the Vulcans have been able to score a lot of opportunities, it's been a very good game so far. Washington Jefferson keeping right up with them, as it's been pretty much goal for goal this period, and the Vulcans haven't really been able to open it up. They're still only up by 2 here in the second period.
Yeah, Washington Jefferson so far has outscored California 2-1 in this period, as we have 10:05 remaining. Currently the shots are 22-19 in favor of Cal U. As we have our second goalie for Washington Jefferson in already, Derek Hughes in for Rieker Edstrom, who was in the first period as a save right there, as a hit off. Hughes, it looked like, now sent into the neutral zone. Finch not able to control for Washington Jefferson, but now number 4 does. That is Dan Crockett into the attack. Goes Washington Jefferson with the puck, sent wide across the net. California has a player there in the back.
And Andrew Zona once again going towards the net in that slot area, but it looks like they're going to try to start to wear him out a little bit, as Dalton Francic laid a hit on him as he was going towards the slot. So the Vulcans definitely knowing that he has 3 goals tonight, and are paying attention to him now.
Now look at Andrew Zona and Dalton Francic are getting a little chippy against each other. As a play down there, Dalton Francic sends Zona into the boards, and we're going to have a stoppage in play right now, as it looks like they were trying to stop the skirmish between the 2 players, Dalton Francic, number 11 of Cal U, and Andrew Zona, number 20 for Washington Jefferson, and they're both going to go into the penalty box. So a double penalty right here on this play. We're going to see what it's going to end up as.
It was really interesting on that play. It seemed like Dalton Francic they were getting chippy as they were going down the ice, and Francic was going back toward his bench. But that time it looks like a little too much physicality going on right there, and that looks like it might result in offsetting penalties right here. We'll have to check. It might be some 4-on-4 action, and it looks like there will be offsetting penalties, 2 minutes apiece.
It is going to be 4-on-4 action for 2 minutes. As you see, Francic in the penalty box. He was scoot across the PA announcers, and then Andrew Zona, who has 3 of the 4 goals scored by Washington and Jefferson tonight. So 4-on-4 hockey for about 2 minutes.
And as I said before, that physicality continues to get boosted up, as now we're getting players getting a little chippy with each other, and we're going to see some fast-paced 4-on-4 hockey here.
And 4-on-4 hockey is actually some of the best hockey you're going to find because one man down. I always like seeing when you were watching the Penguins games, seeing 4-on-4 and 4-on-3 and see teams, get into that triangle defense and try and step up and clear the puck. It's always fun for me to watch. It's right here, Alex Smith with the puck. Sends it over right in front of the net. Alex Smith, it tips off his stick and no good for the attack.
And 4-on-4 hockey definitely does open up some holes for those speed skaters, those guys that are playmakers, as the Vulcans hold it in here.
Number 18 with the shot. That is good for Cal U. Number 18, Brady Dolan gets his first goal at 7-4 with 8:28 remaining. A minute 19 left to go on the 4-on-4.
And just like I just said, the playmakers that get shown out in 4-on-4, they show their skills. And right there, Brady Dolan picking up the turnover and was able, he had a 2-on-1 right there in front of the goalie, was able to rip the shot home. And it is now 7-4. Vulcans back on top by 3.
Now both teams have scored 2 goals in this second period. Shots currently 23-19 in favor of the Vulcans. We have a minute 18 remaining on the power play now as the clock is started, 8:25 to go. Now California controls it back in their offensive zone again. Big shot here, Brian Proud just sends it wide of the net, had an open hole on the other side.
And a good rip shot there from the blue line, trying to get a deflection from Anthony Siaka's stick, not to be so. And a good rip shot there by Washington and Jefferson, as that was number 22, Chris Barron. But a good save right there by Talon Stroman on the rip shot.
Able to get his glove and his shoulder up there and just close it off. Looked like if he missed that, that one was going into the back of the net. Chris Barron has a very lethal shot from the top of that blue line where he took it almost near the top of the circle.
And Stroman definitely needed to get out in his crease right there, create himself a little bit, make himself look bigger to make that save.
As you see some referee matrix action trying to avoid the puck as it's kicked away by Stroman. California controls it in their own defensive zone, but loses control of the puck. Washington Jefferson has it now. Sends it over to Barron. Barron with the shot. Saved by Stroman. What a glove save there on that shot.
And it looked like Joseph Jascott lost an edge over there along the boards, and it caused a turnover right here. As Washington Jefferson, once again, Chris Barron getting another shot on net, but Talon Stroman seems to have his number as he got out front and made the save once again to keep the score right where it is.
About 33 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. 7-4 the score, 7:42 to go. As there's another save by Stroman, it looks like he kicked up from his pads, able to be saved and frozen. As that play only took about 4 seconds off, so we're going to have another face-off in the attacking zone for Washington and Jefferson.
And that puck was just thrown at the net right there as Dan Crockett was right in front and was able to, it looked like, get his stick on the puck, which deflected it up towards the goalie's pads, and he was able to stick with it and make the save.
Washington Jefferson trying to find something to be able to inch back closer in this one. They've had their opportunities to score the goals, clearly about the 4 they have, as this one is tipped up on top of the net by number 4. That's Meadows, excuse me. Actually, excuse me, that's Dan Crockett. Number 4 for Washington Jefferson. Now this one frozen by Talon Stroman. 7:10 to go. And literally 1 second left on the 4-on-4. Both of these players about ready to come out.
And after the Vulcans were able to score that goal, the Presidents are definitely doing a good job just cycling that puck around, making their passes and taking shots, and especially working behind the net. That tires out the goalie, the opposing goalie, and Talon Stroman, I'm sure, is tiring out just a little bit, having to look behind him constantly over the last minute or so. Good job there by the Generals.
Now this one cleared out by California. No icing as California gets there first. Andrew Topka. Brady Dolan trying to fight the puck away. Washington Jefferson has numbers now, 3-on-2. Andrew Zona fresh out of the penalty box. He's going to be interfered with on his way to the net, and that's going to be a penalty coming up against Cal U, and the power play coming for the Presidents.
Andrew Zona using that bulldog mentality, once again going straight towards the net, and the Vulcans were not ready for it as he went in and he got hooked up right there going towards the net, and he'll draw the penalty. So a big power play opportunity here for the Presidents, and I do apologize, I called them the Generals in that last play.
So we're going to get a penalty against California here. We're going to see in just a second who it is. It's number 14. It's going to be a 2-minute penalty. Number 14 for the Vulcans is Andrew Erdman, a defenseman from York, Pennsylvania. So 2-minute power play coming up for the Presidents. This one cleared and looked like playing some games there as it's controlled by California now. A 2-on-2 with only the goalie in the way as the shot is deflected up out of play into the netting. Good recovery there by Hughes, who actually almost lost control of it with a Cal player right in front of him.
And a big turnover right there for the Presidents in their defensive zone. On the power play, that's something you don't want to do, as the Vulcans were able to attack on that, get a 2-on-2 shorthanded and rip a shot off. Luckily, the goalie was able to make the save.
Now Washington Jefferson coming on the attack on the power play. You still got about 1:35 left. Back of the blue line, Chris Barron with it. Puck is lost for a second. Now a shot again. Stroman hits it off his shoulder. Zona over to Marshall. Marshall over to Ford. Ford with the shot. Just goes above the net. Gutierrez trying to tip in, but it goes above. Good control here for Washington Jefferson on this power play. And a tip in right there. What a play right there. Chris Barron fighting Andrew Zona for his 4th goal of the game. That might be his best so far.
And Andrew Zona showing his skills on the ice so far tonight. He's got the hat trick already, but this one is a different kind of skill right there. Standing on the far side of the net, the puck was thrown towards it, and he was just able to get his stick up there, use his hand-eye coordination, and just deflect that one down for his 4th goal of the night. As he's got 4 of the 5 goals here for the Presidents, he has definitely been their playmaker.
Now the power play is over. We have 5:50 remaining in the second period. 7-5 the score. Washington Jefferson not going away just yet. This shot just wired the net for California. Set back in front of the net though. Kept it in by the Vulcans. Walker in front of the net, not able to get the puck. Finch for Washington Jefferson. Tosses it to neutral zone ice. Andrew Zona with it. Tries to go behind the net. Not able to do anything. His speed just not able to catch up with the puck. He might have had his 5th goal there. Now California coming back up with it. That's Dalton Francic, number 11, against Chris Barron. Now Barron lays down Dalton Francic. No penalty called. Blue line, shot, no good. Deflected away by Washington Jefferson. Finch with it now. And I'll tell you what, Andrew Finch for Washington Jefferson has had his troubles controlling the puck tonight. He looks like he's a little stiff out there trying to find the puck and control it.
That he has, and that's something the Presidents want to control here. You got that big goal. Andrew Zona's been keeping you in this game, and you need to get up the ice now and try to get into your offensive zone and get that next one. So if you can get it within 1, this game is very manageable with about 4:30 left in this game in the second period. I apologize.
Now an open net opportunity there for number 4 for the Vulcans. That is Justin Smith, but a good poke check by Hughes, the goalie for Washington Jefferson, as we have 4:25 remaining in the second period. Now a shot here, number 14, J.J. O'Bannon. As Stroman thought he had the save, but it looks like it skipped away behind the net. Play continues.
It looks like O'Bannon brought that one into the zone and shot it, and it looks like Stroman saved that with his mask, as he looked a little dazed, didn't know where the puck was, and he was able to identify and find it. And here's a little bit of a breakaway for the Vulcans, and they score on that one, as that was number 19, Anthony Siaka, keeping up with the puck on that, and he gets the big goal to put the Vulcans back up by 3.
And what a play there by Siaka. That's his 2nd goal of the game. As we're going to go ahead and look at the replay here. It was a missed pass by Washington Jefferson. Look at Siaka's effort. He's going to go lay down on the ice after this one, send it as hard a shot as he can past Hughes, the goalie. Hughes has given up 3 goals himself in this second period, as we have exactly 4 minutes to go.
And like we said, that is something that the Presidents didn't want to do, is give up that big turnover and give the Vulcans another chance to get back up by 3. But that time they did, and Anthony Siaka was able to jump all over that to give the Vulcans their 8th goal in this game already.
3:45 to go. Shots 26-22. Cal U, as you see there on your scoreboard graphic at the top of your screen. Now another attempted shot is put away. Topka with it, but a good save right there by Hughes, putting his body against the pipe.
And it seems like the momentum just keeps to be going back and forth, as Washington and Jefferson, right after they get the goal, the Vulcans answer right back, and right here the Vulcans continuing to work in their offensive zone, getting shots on the net as they try to make this lead just a little bit more than 3 to kind of put it away just a little bit early here if they can get a couple more goals.
Alex Smith controlling it for the Vulcans now. A shot sent up by Brady Dolan just wide of the net and a little bit high. Topka sending it down to Smith. Smith trying to find a teammate, kicks it out. Topka at the front of the net. Good save right there by Hughes, who gets it into his glove. 3:05 remaining.
And the Vulcans just getting that puck behind the net and are able to pass it out through the paint. It takes a lot of effort for the goalie to get shift from the side of the net back out front to get his body out there and make the save, but so far he's been able to do that, and the Vulcans haven't been able to capitalize on any of those opportunities yet.
3:05 to go in the second period. Face-off won by Washington Jefferson. Controlled now by the Presidents. Taken by Ford. Ford loses control of it. Able to regroup it and still has it. Sends it in front of the net. He was looking for number 24 for the Presidents. That is Michael Burrows. Kept in by the Presidents now at the top of the blue line. Number 5, Nick Jenkins. Now up to the front towards the net. It is frozen there. No goal for the Presidents with 2:38 to go. 8-5 still to score.
And that puck seemed to be deflected pretty well as it went towards the net. It kind of just popped up in front of the goaltender as it skirted toward him, and it looks like there was a big scrum in front of the net as the Presidents were just trying to bury that before the goalie was able to cover it up. And that's how we got the pile of bodies out in front in the blue paint there.
So 2:38 to go in the second period. And then we'll have another stoppage. We actually have a penalty against Cal U. Number 3, William Walker, going to the box, 2 minutes. So a power play coming up for the Presidents.
And that very well might have been because of the scrum in front of the net. He might have put one of the Presidents players down after the whistle was blown, and that is going to turn into a power play opportunity here for the Presidents.
Now this one cleared out by the Vulcans. Chris Barron controlling the puck. Barron still with it in the neutral zone. Tries to find a teammate now, scooted ahead, but now Cal U intercepts it. That's number 2 for the Vulcans, who's just going to dump it down. That is Joseph Jascott. Barron not able to control it. Sends it over to J.J. O'Ban. Actually, no, Barron does still have it. Now to the neutral zone. 2-on-2. Andrew Zona. Shot is deflected away. Sent back down the ice.
And for the Presidents here, it's a big power play before the end of the second period. If you can get a goal in this power play, you can have the momentum going into your locker room, going into the third period, and that'd be something huge. So it would be a 2-goal game with 1 period left to play. It's wide open at that point.
28-22. Currently the Shots California with the lead. As we're going to get a stoppage here, it looks like. Well,
this might be a delay of game penalty against the Presidents. We'll see what the ref decides as he cleared that puck over the glass in his own defensive zone.
Doesn't look like they're sending anybody to the box, though. So 1:33 to go still. 55 seconds on the power play. Face-off won by Washington Jefferson. Loses control of the puck, though. California has it. That's number 28 with control. That's Mike Oakes.
And this penalty kill by the Vulcans has done a very good job tonight getting a shorthanded goal and have just been able to continue to pressure the Presidents on their own power play, and that's been effective in keeping them down by a couple of goals at least in this game so far.
Now Washington Jefferson in front of the net. Andrew Zona sends it up. Still out there. Poked away. Washington Jefferson still has it now. Forward with the shot. Right into Stroman. Empty net there. O'Bannon not able to bury it. Tries to send in front of the net again. Ford not able to come down with it. Andrew Zona in the back corner. In front of the net. Ford sends it up. Deflected. Now almost in. It looks like it hit a pipe.
And Andrew Stroman right there is going to have to thank his good friend as that post back there, it deflected off the post and bounced back toward him. It did not hit off his back, thankfully, as it bounced out of the blue paint and out in front of him, as that could have been easily been a goal for the Presidents.
Now another attempted shot by Alex Smith, number 21, as this one is frozen up by Hughes with 20 seconds left. 8-5 still to score, 28-23 in shots, 20 seconds.
And we have a flurry of chances going on right here as we saw the Presidents get that opportunity down in their zone, and now the Vulcans bringing it back shorthanded, just off the penalty kill actually, into their offensive zone, getting a chance. The shot just missed, so a couple missed opportunities by both teams there.
So 20 seconds to go in the second period. Face-off won by Washington Jefferson. Power play is over. This one's going to go for an icing and stop the clock with 10.8 seconds left.
And with that icing penalty, or that icing right there on the Presidents. That gives the Vulcans one last opportunity in their zone with 10 seconds left. You never know. They could easily cycle the puck around and get a good rip shot behind the goalie going into the third period.
10 seconds left. Face-off won by Washington and Jefferson. Into the boards. Right in front of the net. Alex Smith had an opportunity, just misses it. As we're going to have time expire here in the second period. Both teams come out with 3 goals, but still a 3-goal advantage for California. 8-5 the score. A fresh 20 minutes when we come back from break here on CUTV going into the third period.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action, as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage. The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for orgsing support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
Welcome back to the Ross Straver Ice Garden, where the California University 2 team, the California University 2 team currently leads the Washington and Jefferson Presidents 8-5, and going into the third period, first 20 minutes coming up. Going to go ahead and look at some of the replays from the second period.
And we had 3 goals apiece for each team. Andrew Zono, that was one of his 3 goals in the last period, as he scored all 3 for the Presidents, and that was his first one, his second of the game right there. And this one sent up the ice, as this was a breakaway opportunity, but a beautiful save right there by Talon Stroman, as he had a couple great saves there in the second period. And then the Vulcans able to answer. That was a wraparound goal right there by Dalton Franzik. That was his second of the game. And once again, Washington and Jefferson trying to come back up the ice. And there goes Andrew Zona once again, just ripping a shot into the net. That was his hat trick goal, his third of the night. And this one coming back up the ice as the Vulcans were able to score again right there. And the Vulcans and Presidents pretty much going back and forth, and this was another breakaway opportunity here, this time for the Vulcans, and a beautiful goal right there. That one was by Brady Dolan.
Yeah, we see both teams come back onto the ice ready for the third period. Currently, shots are 28-23 in favor of the Vulcans, who lead 8-5. And Damon, during the break, since we're talking about the Presidents versus the Vulcans, I heard you have a trivia question for me from our director, Gary Smith, so stump me away now.
That is correct. The question is, there was only one president who did not speak. His native language was not English. Can you name that one president?
Ooh, wow.
I stumped you a little bit on this one, I think. I don't know if you...
I think I might have a guess, but I'm trying to think through my head.
Okay. I'll give you a little bit of time here.
I smell French fries, actually. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, you could just
no,
start.
that's the easy route. I'm not going to start naming presidents.
I mean, you got to figure it's not any of the normal ones that you would ever think of. I mean, we know George Washington, we know Abe Lincoln, but man, this is something that could win you a good bit of money on.
Native language was not English. The D2 of presidents.
This could win you some money later on someday if you're going ever down the trivia game.
I'm gonna go with.
Got 5 seconds. I'll give you 5 more seconds on this one.
I'm gonna go just because of my name. I'm gonna go Zachary Taylor.
No, Martin Van Buren. He spoke some crazy Dutch on that one. So that was the answer to the trivia question.
Wow. I'm gonna go win myself some money in a trivia contest now. I'm gonna leave for the third period. You're on your own. I'm going to win some money in a trivia contest.
That's fine. I mean, we do have a good hockey game the rest of the way coming up here, though. It is still relatively close. Washington and Jefferson only down by 3. It should be an interesting final period. I think coming into this period, if you're the Presidents, you're going to want to come out strong like they have been every period and try to get a goal on the board early because it's still a manageable game. So we'll have to wait and see.
A lot of fans starting to pack in here as we get the third period underway. You have some of the Pittsburgh Penguins players doing their autographs during this period, as well as Zona takes the shot. That one is stopped away by Talon Stroman right into the third period. But letting those folks know at home who happen to miss this game, the players that you have missed in the Pittsburgh Penguins in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity maybe, Simone Depre and Robert Bertuzzo. We are probably going to have an interview with them airing on CUTV later this week, though, so you'll be able to see that interview coming up.
That is correct. If you were here tonight, you'll be able to meet and possibly get an autograph from those players. We saw Washington and Jefferson come out strong, and here come the Vulcans in their offensive zone. And
Washington Jefferson has started really strong in each of these periods. That's the big thing that's really got them going. But California's been able to answer back every time as Dalton Francis sends a pass. Topka not able to control it in front of the net. Now California just going to regroup. Washington Jefferson with the puck, but Finch loses it again. That's probably about the 5th time Finch has lost a puck this game. That one is deflected off of Finch's stick.
And now the Vulcans are starting to get back into their zone and just get their controlled style of game, get their passes completed. But here's a chance for the Presidents.
Zona with the shot. Chest save right there by Talon Stroman, keeping it 8-5 with 19:04 remaining in the game.
And it seems like Andrew Zona has been in on just about every offensive play for the Presidents so far tonight. He got that first shot off real quick at the beginning of the period, and once again, a little bit of a 2-on-1 right here. Gets the shot right into the chest of Stroman for the Vulcans, as it did not go in, and they'll get a face-off right here.
Washington and Jefferson with possession in their offensive zone, but they lose possession now. 2-on-1 coming for the Vulcans. Number 3, William Walker, trying to control the puck around the defender. That is Chris Barron, and Barron buries Walker into the boards. California with it now, trying to send it in front of the net. That was Walker going over to number 28, Mike Oakes. Now cleared out, Brian Proud in the neutral zone, able to recover it. Sends it over to Kifover, number 25. Walker, Oakes, into the offensive zone. Barron hits Oakes really hard against the board.
And for the Vulcans right now, being that they're up by 3 going into this third period, they're going to want to keep attacking the offensive zone and getting pucks on the net. But right now, it's a puck possession game. You want to keep the puck on your stick and kill as much time as you can and just continue to put the pressure on the Presidents.
Now a good glove save out of the air, up above his head. And that was Hughes. Brian Proud attempted the shot as we look at the replay.
And it was a pretty good shot, bringing it out towards the blue line here and took a rip shot high. Luckily, President's goalie able to get up and stop that puck. And we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone now for the Vulcans.
So we have 18:05 remaining in the third period now. California is able to control it into their offensive zone, but Washington and Jefferson coming up with it now. That's O'Bannon, number 14. He loses control of the puck. Washington Jefferson able to keep it in for just a second. That's number 5 for the Presidents, Nick Jenkins.
Good job by Jenkins, just putting himself up against the boards and trying his best to keep that in the zone, but he wasn't able to hold it in as 2 Vulcans players came in and converged on the puck.
Now we're going to get a penalty called here, a delayed penalty coming up against the Vulcans, it looks like, as Marshall took a big shot. And so we're going to get a power play coming up for the Presidents. I believe that's going to be a 2-minute penalty for the Vulcans coming up with 17:31 remaining.
And a big power play opportunity for the Presidents. And it looks like it might have been a high stick right there on after the hit, so that will probably end up being a 2-minute power play, and it will be for the Presidents. And this is a big opportunity, down 8-5 here with 17:31 left in the game. Presidents going to be looking to score here quickly and get themselves within 2.
That was Joseph Jascott on the penalty, so 2-minute penalty coming up for the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. This one is cleared out quickly by California on the penalty kill. Hughes back there, tips it away. Chris Barron there to receive it. You have 17:20 remaining in this game.
And interesting there by Hughes, just flicked his stick at that puck as that clear was going on net. Surprising he didn't bear down and just try to blocker that away, because any mistake there on the stick could have resulted in a fluky goal for the Vulcans.
Ford bringing it up for the Presidents. Wrap around the net, trying to go in front of the net now. Wraps back around, tries to pass. It is deflected. Zona there, not able to control it behind the blue line. Loses possession of it. California trying to come away with it now. Looking for a penalty call, but no penalty called.
And an interesting play right there. Zona did get his stick in the skates of that the Vulcans player right there, but for the Vulcans, not able to get that tripping call, as that was a pretty close call right there. Could have been called tripping, but the referees chose not to.
We have 16:27 remaining in the third period. Barron coming up with a big shot. Buries it in the back of the net. What a play there by Chris Barron, the defenseman, assistant captain for the Presidents. We have 16:18 left in the third period. Penalty is over.
And that was a very good goal by Barron. He cut inside towards the slot, just carries this up the ice as he went pretty much coast to coast, going right down the slot, dekes around the defender with a beautiful move, and then to the opposite side of the goal, he gets the goal, and then celebrating a little bit afterward there as he puts the Presidents within 2 with 16:18 left in the game, so they are very much still alive in this one.
8-6 is your score, like you said, Damon. And Washington and Jefferson, their offense has been there all night, but the defense has not been able to counter the offense for California. Every time that Washington Jefferson has scored, California's been able to come back themselves. Let's see if that continues in this third period.
And it seems like the momentum continues to shift back and forth. Goal for the Presidents turns into a goal for the Vulcans, and here we go back at it.
Alex Smith, he already has a hat trick. Looks like he's tripped up on the ice, though. Sends it to the net. Saved there by Hughes, and Alex Smith looks like his skate hit a chip on the ice, so not able to get the clean breakaway that he hoped for, as we have 15:56 remaining in this game.
And that was that momentum shift that I was talking about, coming right off of the President's goal. The Vulcans come right back. Alex Smith up the ice with a chance at a breakaway, but he looked like he lost an edge right there and wasn't able to get a clean breakaway shot at the net. So it was saved by the Presidents, and they'll have a face-off coming now.
Face-off won by the Vulcans. Brian Pratt at the top of the blue line sends it over just wide of the net. Dolan has it, sends it to the net. Hughes deflecting it away. Gonna call no goal. Looks like it might be interference, as what they're saying. Hughes has it. Looks like the net also came dislodged a little bit as well. So 15:47 remaining in this one.
And Hughes was down, sprawled out on the ice right there. He's a little bit helpless as the Vulcans continue to work that puck right in front of him. He was sprawled out right there, but you are right. The net did become dislodged, and that is what caused the stoppage in play.
Topka front of the net. Shot, Alex Smith. Blockered away. Topka again with it. Sends it behind to Alex Smith. In front of the net trying to find his man. Not able to. Dolan with a shot. That one is deflected away and still controlled under the body of Marshall for Washington and Jefferson. Now cleared out. California has to regroup in the neutral zone.
And a good play on defense there by Marshall as he laid his body out trying to stop that puck, in which he did. Kept it under his body just long enough as he was getting himself back up and was able to get the puck out of his zone.
The defense for Washington and Jefferson going to be the key thing in this period. You have just over 15 minutes remaining now. Barron back to get it. Over to number 5. That's Jenkins. Crockett and Topka, Dolan and Jenkins scuffling over there for the puck. Now Alex Smith sends it to the middle, controlled by Washington Jefferson. Taken there. Andrew Zona, what a move there, but a glove save by Stroman to take it out of the air.
Beautiful moves by Zona, and he gets a great shot on net once again. This possibly could have went wide, but Stroman able to get the glove up there and make the save. And it looks pretty interesting too. It looks like the Vulcans are starting to get a little more of a defensive posture. As you can see on the replay, they have about 4 of their guys back but still Zona able to cut into the zone and get a great shot on net. But the Vulcans definitely are seeming to take a little bit more of a defensive stance here.
California with control of it going in the neutral zone, but it looks like Washington Jefferson took it away. Francic over there with the puck. Now controlled by Washington Jefferson again. That's Chris Barron. Over to Finch. Finch able to control for a little bit, then loses control of it. Washington Jefferson able to recover. Gutierrez going after the puck. Into the middle. Looks like Oakes able to deflect down in a glove stoppage. Now Andrew Zona, 1 against 3. Let's see the moves here. Andrew Zona loses the puck. If he kept it, he would have had an open breakaway at the net.
And beautiful defense right there. We know the speed and the playmaking abilities of Zona. Great defense there by Andrew Erdman as he got down, kind of got his stick and body in the way and was able to deflect that out before he got too far into the offensive zone.
California going in the offensive now. Good move there. Number 17. Oh, glove save right there, but it tips off the glove of Hughes. Number 17 on that shot for the Vulcans, as we're going to look at our roster in a moment. That's Tyler Hoffman.
And that was a great shot by Hoffman, getting a rip shot off, really strong shot up high. It kind of confused the goalie a little bit right there as Derek Hughes had to get up and at that puck, kind of deflected it away with his glove and mask at the same time as it went out of play.
Face off, won by California. Brian Proud at neutral zone. Knocked down by number 19 for the Vulcans. And a big shot just goes wide of the net. That was Anthony Siaka. He has 2 in this game so far.
And once again, if you can kind of see the Vulcans defenders are staying just a little bit back. The 3 forwards are going up there and pressuring the puck and keeping it in the zone, killing time. But the defensemen definitely staying back, being aware that a goal here could make this a very close game here in the 3rd period.
Forward controls it for the Presidents. Tries to find somebody in the front of the net, not able to. Looks like he was going for number 24. That was Michael Burrows. Washington Jefferson with control of it again, almost turned over. It's tipped away and out of play with 12:41 remaining in this period.
And good pressure by the Vulcans. Forwards right there as the defense for the Presidents were trying to cycle it back and forth, trying to set something up, going towards the neutral zone, but the forwards for the Vulcans able to pressure it up there. And the puck flies out of play, and this is going to be a face-off to the right of Washington Jefferson. I apologize, it is not going to be to the right of Washington Jefferson's goalie. It is going to be outside in the neutral zone.
Face-off won by Cal U. Alex Smith with it, but a good glove save there on a little bit of a hop. That was Hughes with it, 12:35 to go.
And a little bit of a backhand shot onto the net there, just trying to get it on net and probably set up a face-off. This time it's going to be the left of the goaltender, so the Vulcans will have a chance to set something up and maybe get some more shots on net.
Cal U controlling into the offensive zone behind the net along the boards. Dolan sending it back down the boards, controlled there by Jenkins. And then back down the ice. Going to be icing, though, against the President, so another stoppage here with 12:14 to go.
And this is where the pressure by the Vulcans forwards are kind of putting the Presidents in a tough situation. They're trying to get the puck up the ice as quick as possible, get that next one on the board to make it a 1-goal game, and right there, it just didn't work out as they tried to get it up, and it went too far down for the icing call.
Face off. Not really won by either team, but now controlled by Alex Smith. He's going to the front of the net. Tries to put it in, and a beautiful save there, as now we're going to get a little scrum after the play.
And that one right there, Alex Smith was just cutting towards the net as one of his teammates was going there as well as they try to get the pass through the crease. And Washington Jefferson just trying to clear out the paint, and it turned into a little bit of a scuffle right there as there was some post-whistle action between the two teams.
No penalties come out of it, though. Still 5-on-5 hockey. Shot by Dolan in the front of the net. Almost cleaned up by Alex Smith. No attempt again. 12 minutes to go in the game. Sent over to Dolan. Dolan not able to control the saucer pass. Now both teams fighting for position along the boards. Alex Smith goes over there. Sends it back to Dolan. Back to Topka behind the net. Topka trying to spin around and shake his defender. Now he is tripped up and shaken up a little bit. Now Stick is lost by O'Bannon for Washington Jefferson. But Marshall able to take the puck away. Now Andrew Zona coming up with it. Big playmaker for the Presidents. Zona with a shot. Almost goes in. That would have been his second goal just like that. And that could have been a one-goal game if that one went in, but it just trickled wide of the net.
And the Vulcans setting up a good cycle in the offensive zone. Great job by the President's defense to be able to kick that puck out and get it to their playmaker, Andrew Zona, who was very, very close at getting that puck in the net. Here's the defense by the Presidents, getting it out, passing it up into the neutral zone to Zona, who just, like he has always done this entire night, cuts into the slot, takes a shot, and it almost trickles under Stroman's pad and would have made this a one-goal game.
So we have 11:20 to go here in this third period. California within the neutral zone. A big hit right there. Oh, another one right there by Dan Crockett for Washington and Jefferson. Now with the shot, Hoffman just tries to go in the front of the net to Walker, not able to find it. Hoffman in the back of the net, sends it up. Hughes able to poke it away. Now controlled by Crockett for Washington Jefferson, and it goes beyond the blue line. It's going to be an offsides call for California.
And a good attempt there by Dalton Francis as he tried to keep that puck inside the blue line. Unfortunately, it just trickled just past it as the puck goes down the ice here, and there will not be any icing.
Now controlled by Ford for Washington and Jefferson. Loses control, but gains it quickly back. Sends up a shot, just goes wide of the net. California playing very dangerously here. They're only up by 2 goals with 10.5 minutes remaining. No lead is safe.
And you can tell right here that Washington Jefferson knows that fact, and they are getting those shots on net quick and precise. And if they can get one of those to go in, as they almost did right there, again, very close game with 10 minutes left in this period.
Washington Jefferson, Andrew Zona coming up with it. Puts up a shot. Dislodged net. No good, as there was a save there by Stroman. Still remains 8-6 with 10:04 left.
And Andrew Zona using that speed once again, getting the puck right there and trying to get the goal on a good backhand attempt right there, but good defense by the Vulcans and a little bit of a smart play there by the defenseman, running into the net after the play was over and knocking it off to stop play. But there is Zona getting that turnover, backhand shot, and he wasn't able to bury it, and the play was stopped there by the net dislodging.
California controls it now on a 3-on-1. Only one defender back. That's Jenkins for Washington Jefferson. The bouncing pass goes wide and controlled by Jenkins. Washington Jefferson with it now. Sends it over. Zona controls it. Zona into the neutral ice.
After Anthony Siak on that big break, that 3-on-1 right there, couldn't get the puck controlled on his stick as he tried to pass it across the ice. And because of that, the pass didn't go, and there was no shot on net for the Vulcans.
So we have 9:39 remaining. Face-off coming. Looks like the face-off is going to be in the attacking zone of Washington and Jefferson. The Presidents are fighting their way back in this one. They've gotten some good shots off, but the goaltending of Stroman has been able to keep them at bay.
Stroman has done a good job in the net tonight, and so far it has been a very defensive period here in the third period. Only 1 goal, and that was for the Presidents, as they've slowly just tried to get back into this game.
Their defense is really what's making the difference. As you see Barron coming up with the puck. Barron going to take it across the blue line. Send it back to one of his teammates. Sends it across the ice to Zona. Zona with the shot. Saved by Stroman. Now out back into Hughes. The Washington Jefferson goalie who sends it over. Alex Smith shoots there, but just goes wide. Had an empty net there.
And a very dangerous play there by Derek Hughes as he came out to play that puck. Alex Smith came in on the pressure and was able to pick it up with Hughes way out of his net. Unfortunately, had a bad angle right there and wasn't able to bury it.
Finch sends it over to O'Bannon. Now Zona over, skates the puck. 3-on-1, now 3-on-2 coming after a switch. Gutierrez is able to come off the bench. 3-on-2, shot here by Dolan. Just misses the net, looked like it went into the back of it, but just went wide.
And a little bit of a lucky break right there. There was a little bit of miscommunication in the offensive zone for the Presidents, and it almost turned into an odd man opportunity goal for the Vulcans, but the defense of the Presidents able to come back and respond to it.
Now a shot by the Presidents again, goes above the net. 8:16 remaining in this one. Shot by the Presidents again, goes wide of the net. Zona with it, sends it to the net. Saved by Stroman, and he freezes it with 8:08 to go.
And a good job by Stroman right there, the odd angle, and all he had to do was hug the post right there and stick with it off that odd angle shot from the boards, and he was able to do so. keeping his right pad right up against the post right there, and he's able to make the save.
8:08 left, 8-6 the score. Washington and Jefferson not going away just yet. They're still got some fight in them. Just got to get some shots more on the goal. 34-32 in favor of California, the shots right now. Now Ford bringing it up. Real big hustle there, a kick save by Stroman.
And you can start to see the desperation coming in now for the Presidents as they know time is running out. They're going to need to get this goal here very soon if they're going to want to have a shot to tie this game.
Oaks controls it off a turnover from Gutierrez. Player for Cal U is tripped up. That's Joskett. No call. Save made by Hughes. Front of the net, the puck. Hughes able to poke it away, but it's still controlled by Dalton Franzik. Over to Hoffman in the back corner and then the blue line. Shot whiffed.
And a good job there by the President's defense as they knew that the Vulcans were pressuring right there. Once again, they were able to do some damage and get that puck out of the zone as they continue to deny the Vulcans any good opportunities towards their net.
Now a big collision there between Franzik and Ford near neutral ice. Kenover sends it down to Joskett. Joskett and a big hit on Gutierrez.
Looks like the only problem the Presidents are having right now, they're playing great defense in their defensive zone, but once they get it to the neutral zone, they aren't able to connect on those passes, and that's the reason they continue to try to dump and chase, but it's not being effective as the time continues to run out here.
Saved by Hughes, and he's just going to freeze it with 6:26 to go. So we have just under 6.5 minutes, and Damon, you talked about losing possession in the neutral zone. This is what we saw from them in the first period as well, when they got behind 5-2. They're inching their way back, though. They just need to get those shots on net.
And there's the shot on net again there by the Vulcans, and you are correct. This hurt them earlier on in the game. Those turnovers were causing the Vulcans to get goals, and now in this case, trying to catch up. These turnovers in the neutral zone are just hurting them as they are not able to get puck possession and get those shots on net that could lead to a tying goal later on down the game.
Shot there by Proud was deflected away by the President defender. Now a shot by Cal U again is blockered away by Hughes. A big offensive possession here for Cal U, able to control the puck. Now Washington Jefferson has it. That's going to be Marshall going back for it. Marshall sends it to Zona. Zona's had a couple opportunities in this period to score as well, as that one's gloved down by Kenover.
And this is where that fatigue that Washington Jefferson has accumulated throughout the game is coming into play. Instead of being able to charge into their offensive zone, they have had to just try to dump and chase at it because of the fact that they are tired out right now.
And Hughes thought he made the glove save, was trying to find the puck, and Jenkins went over and squished the puck against his pad, so a good move there by the defenseman for Washington Jefferson with 5:35 to go.
And if the Presidents are not able to get their second breath here in this last 5 minutes of play and try to just charge into the zone instead of dumping and chasing, they might have a tough time coming back as the Vulcans have played good defense. They've been having a defensive posture pretty much this entire period, which could be a lot of the reason why they haven't scored a goal yet this period as well.
No icing on this one, so play will continue. 5:22 to go. Sent up by Topka. Dolan trying to chase on the forecheck. Jenkins bringing it up. Jenkins able to scoot around some defenders. It's a 4-on-2 now for Washington and Jefferson. Jenkins with a shot right into the glove of Stroman, keeping it at 8-6.
And Stroman was very much prepared for that shot, as it was another one of those just bring the puck in the zone quickly and take a rip shot, and Stroman had his glove up high, ready to cover that side of the net, and he did so perfectly as he gloved that one down, and now it's going to be a face-off in the zone for the Presidents here.
37-34, the shots right now in favor of Cal U. Gutierrez with it. It's sent up, kept in play. Gutierrez with a forward pass. No call on that one, though. Washington Jefferson with possession still. Ford has it. Gutierrez cannot keep it in. Now 2-on-1. Dolan gonna take it himself. Trying to go 5-hole, just goes wide and above.
And a big opportunity there for the Vulcans. They'll get another chance here.
Alex Smith took the shot. It's no good. 4.5 minutes left. 8-6. Big opportunity here. Andrew Zona loses possession of the puck, gets the shot off the bar.
And a great job there by Zona picking up that puck and getting off a good shot that hit off of the crossbar, even though he was at a very odd angle, as he's continued to try to just get goals and make plays here for the Presidents as the clock winds down.
Just over 8 minutes remain, or excuse me, just over 4 minutes remaining. Now a big scrum for the puck between Ford and it looks like Conover. Now that one hits off of Barron's face mask, it looks like, on his helmet. Dolan sending it over to Smith. Smith going in front of the net, no one there, able to put it back in the net.
And a big odd man opportunity there for the Vulcans. That could have buried this game away, and Smith had a wide open net on that side, and he wasn't able to control the puck and get it down onto the ice to get a good rip at the net right there.
So 3:33 to go. Washington Jefferson, opportunity there. Ford sending it to the net. Blocked away by Stroman. It looked like he was trying to locate the puck. Finally did at his feet. 3:26 remaining.
And that was a slap shot coming out from the blue line. It looks like it was deflected right there by Zona, who put himself in front of the goalie to screen him. Got his stick on the puck and did deflect that down. But a great job by Stroman there to react to it and make the save, as that could have been a big momentum shift there for the Presidents.
California with the face-off win. Oaks coming up. It's a 3-on-1 for California. As they score here, this could be the sealer. Oaks with the shot, just wide of the net. Hoffman tried to put it back in. Shot now. Looked like number 14 for California attempted the shot. Able to get it out. Oh, the Presidents put it back in. Marshall able to recover possession of it. Zona going along the boards. He's able to get it. 2-on-1. Zona with a shot. Not able to put it in. Good save there by Stroman.
And Zona able to slip a check in the neutral zone as he carries that puck in. Odd man opportunity there for the Presidents, but was not able to bury that shot, as he seemed like he didn't know if he wanted to pass it or shoot it as he gets cleared back out of the neutral zone.
Now a 3-on-3. Barron with the shot. Just goes wide of the net. Bounces back towards goaltender. Washington Jefferson has it. Sends it back down to the boards. Now Ford with it. Sends it in front of the net. Zona had a chance, just whiffs on the shot.
And it looked like Zona whiffed on that shot just slightly there because of the fact that the Vulcans defenders did a good job of lifting his stick right there in front of the blue paint. He wasn't able to get that puck in, as he could have had a goal right there, wide open cage right there.
Now Jenkins had 2 opportunities on that possession, as O'Bannon had it, but he loses it. California possession now, trying to clear it, can't. Washington Jefferson with another shot, blocked away by Stroman as we have 1:52 left.
And now the President's getting that second breath. They're doing a great job cycling this puck, trying to get that goal here late in this game.
Sent towards the front of the net. Zona not able to control it. Zona at the front of the net. Frozen by Stroman with 1:39 left. Looks like Washington Jefferson, you said this before, desperation settling in. They're trying to get off every shot that they can.
That they are. They're just trying to throw it towards the net and get a dirty goal. They've done that a couple of times so far tonight. They've just thrown it in front of the net, gotten deflections into the net, and that time it was J.J. O'Bannon sitting in front of the net. It did deflect off of him, but thankfully for the Vulcans, Stroman was able to cover it up, and with 1:39 left in the game, Vulcans still holding on to that 2-goal lead, and that's a huge lead going in with less than 2 minutes left.
Less than 2 minutes left, like you said, 1:39 to be exact. And Damon, when we talk about this has been a very good effort from W&J, who actually just called a timeout, especially knowing you only had maybe 12 players tops on your team. Only losing right now by 2 goals against a team with so many people on it, as California had a lot of offense, had a lot of hustle out there. It's good to see from a team that, although they don't have as many players as, say, the other team that they're going to be playing, still a lot of heart out there.
Washington Jefferson definitely coming out with a lot of heart, a lot of hustle, and they definitely have stuck with the Vulcans this entire game. It's just the Vulcans have been able to score just a couple of more goals than them, and in this period, all they've had to do is just shut it down defensively, stay solid in their defensive zone, as they've only allowed 1 goal here. And that's all the Vulcans need to do to shut this down. But Washington and Jefferson doing everything they can right now to get that puck into the net and make this an interesting game.
Empty net goal right there. Could not tell who it was, but that one's going to be all she wrote most likely. 1:33 left. Looks like we'll try and see on the replay who it was on the goal.
And that is what the timeout was for the Presidents right there as they took the timeout to rest their guys up, try to get the odd man 6-on-5, pull their goalie with 1:39 left. It didn't pay off as 6 seconds into it, the Vulcans just shoot down the ice and score, and it's pretty much put this game away now, 9-6.
1:33 left. They have put Hughes back into the net, has Washington and Jefferson down by 3 again. So in each period, it looks like Washington and Jefferson is going to come out with a 3-goal deficit, and most likely a 3-goal deficit in the loss. And it sounded like it was Justin Smith, number 4, on the goal from the PA announcer. So I believe that is Smith's first of the night.
It is his first of the night, and Washington and Jefferson still just trying to fight towards getting this puck to the net once again, but a great save again by Stroman as the clock continues to wind down here, and the Vulcans up by 3.
1:12 now to go. Cal U controlling into the neutral zone. A 3-on-2 here. Still trying to find another goal because no lead is safe as we have under a minute remaining now. Over to Francic. Francic not able to bury it. The pass went under his feet. Now bringing it up is Barron. Back into the neutral zone. Zona with it. He's going to bring it up. Takes a shot himself above the net. Stroman has been very good here tonight. 37 shots attempted by the Presidents, 31 saves. 31 saves for the Presidents, but 9 goals allowed on 40 shots. We have 25 seconds remaining.
And here the Vulcans just tossing it up into the zone, playing some dirty hockey down by the boards, just trying to grind the last 20 seconds or so off this clock right now.
And that's what they're going to do. They're just going to dump it down. It's going to be a penalty, it looks like, or a stoppage. Trying to get the clarification here. So we only have 8.5 seconds left. Going to be surprising if they called a penalty here. I understand doing it, but they're going to send Chris Barron to the penalty box for 2 minutes, but he's only going to be there for a handful of seconds.
And it looks like Chris Barron is just upset that his team, who put a lot of heart and effort into this game, just didn't come away with even a close finish. It turned into a defensive struggle there at the end of in this period, and the Presidents weren't able to put up any goals, and except for the one early in the period. So he's probably just a little bit frustrated. Another save there by Hughes as we have 2-1, and that's going to be a Vulcan victory, 9-6 in this one. And a beautiful job by the Vulcans. You know, they had a team coming out with very few players. They put a lot of heart and effort at the Vulcans, but they were able to stave it away, get a lot of offense on the board from a bunch of different players, with, of course, Alex Smith leading the way with his hat trick, and just a solid victory here for the Vulcans. And that is your final score, 9-6. Thank you for joining us here on CUTV. For Damon Madsen, I'm Zach Prosba and our entire crew. Thank you for watching.